This boy is not normal. He wasn't included in the list of billionaires right when he was born. Since childhood, he was laid in a golden cradle. His parents directly used money and gold to make toys. His parents are super rich billionaires. Under the dedicated care of the butler, Richie gradually grew up. He often goes to the company with his father. Since childhood, he has been an excellent student. Richie's favorite sport is baseball. His father often works and plays with him at the same time, especially invited a professional coach to teach him. In addition, he has a laboratory of his own, specializing in the study of strange things, such as this black adhesive. Once it gets stuck, it's extremely difficult to remove. There is also a bulletproof vest. Not only that, but also waterproof and sweatproof. The strangest thing is spending thousands of dollars just to make a remote control bee by gold. It looks so real, but when the housekeeper saw it, he thought it was a real bee, and broke it. These are all Richie's toys, and the family's house is also extremely large. Sitting at the same table, Richie eats and wants to talk to her mother. She also has to make a call. He wakes up every day from the luxurious bed, with the company of the butler and the beautiful female trainer exercising together. Finally put on a high-end suit. He goes to a school which specializes teaching for generals to study. Richie is only 10 years old, but is able to replace her father to attend professional activities. At the handover ceremony of the new factory, Richie was also the representative to have the speech. But his eyes are attracted by his friends playing baseball. After finishing the ceremony, Richie was excited to join and play with other friends, but was stopped by the bodyguard, so the housekeeper put him on the plane. But he still couldn't help but look down. Richie just discovered that he doesn't have any real friends. When he got home, he told his troubles to his mother. The mother said she could throw a party, and then invited his friends over to play. But the kids in the master class are the boring ones. Every day is busy learning all kinds of professional knowledge. A tired life makes Richie sigh, so he asked the butler to take him to where the kids were playing baseball. He was excited to be friends with them, but the kids didn't want to notice him. They laughed at Richie for not knowing how to play baseball. The girl even openly challenged, and took out $10 as a bet. Richie immediately took out his $10,000. The kids have never seen much of money like this. In the end, the kids took out all the money they have to bet. The contest started. Richie easily beat her, but he didn't want to take the money. Rich actively invited the children to his house as guests, but the kids just lost, so they weren't happy, so they directly rejected Richie. He desperately left the bat, and left. Today, his parents are going to take Richie to England to meet the Queen of England, but they don't know that the plane they're on was put on a bomb by his uncle. Richie sat on the plane but was not in a good mood. His mother saw him like that and asked the housekeeper to find out the reason. She felt heartbroken when seeing her son has no friends. His mother allowed Richie to stay. Then the housekeeper picks up the kids for a private trial. Richie saw that and was very happy, immediately took the children to visit her house. The housekeeper wants him to be happy, and specially prepared a surprise. He opened the door. A McDonald's store was installed in the villa. The children were very surprised and delighted. Very quickly, the children played basketball together, played cannonballs. On the Richie's house's campus, they happily drove carts and even rode a jet ski. This boy told Richie that this is the happiest day of his life. Then he took his friends to his house's roller coaster. At this time, Richie's father also accidentally discovered the time bomb. Although it was time to throw it out, time ran out and the tail of the plane was blown up. The plane started to lose control. And right now, the uncle who masterminded everything was happily drinking champagne. He wants to take advantage of this opportunity to take all the property. A fun day is over. Richie just saw you off. He immediately received news that his parents were in an accident on the plane. He hurriedly ran into the room, using satellites to find out. But the satellite couldn't find his parents' location. The news is also reporting on his parents' plane crash. Richie is convinced that his parents are still alive. The uncle saw the plan was successful. In the meeting, he took the position of president, even closed the factory that Richie's dad just bought. This directly causes his parents and Richie to lose their job. Richie knows he has to protect her father's enthusiasm. With the help of the housekeeper, Richie arrived at the company. Richie directly sat in the position of the director. He is the legal successor of the company, but the butler is now his guardian. So you can smoothly took over the company. The uncle got angry and kicked the door out. The next day when he opened a meeting, the uncle offered to fire the employees. Richie directly used the phrase that his father used to say, "Can't lay off employees to reduce pay or increase profits." To deter the leisurely people in the company, Richie invites his friends to help. With their help, the company quickly produced a new kind of fruit candy. In the company's voting, everyone support Richie. Quickly, he appeared on the news. The world praises him as a business genius. This completely angered the uncle. He must use tricks by slandering the housekeeper to harm the billionaire couple. The housekeeper was immediately locked up in the prison. Richie lost his guardian, can't help but leave the company. His uncle even let someone install CCTV in Richie's house to manage him. Richie feels like a prisoner, so he quickly went to find the professor of the lab. After meeting with the professor, he saw him take out a bottle of medicinal water, pour it on the table. The table was immediately corroded, a hole was punctured. With the help of the professor, Richie sneaked to the prison, took a bottle of fake toothpaste, and sent it to the housekeeper. When the housekeeper was about to brush his teeth, he saw that the toothbrush was corroded and immediately understood what Richie meant. At this moment, the uncle sent assassins to kill the butler. The two of them struggled for a while, and finally the killer was knocked out in the toilet. The butler changed his clothes, successfully escaped. Then he met Richie. He had waited outside for a long time. The two prepared to find Richie's parents. But without a computer, they could only go to this girl's house to remotely control the satellite. Richie finally finds out that her parents are still alive. They have been drifting on the sea for many days, but can't send message for help. Richie's father took off his wife's earring, used it to finally connect to the phone. While contacting Richie, the uncle has also received news of the billionaire. The uncle quickly sent someone to take them home. Richie took his friends back to the villa. Under the cooperation of everyone, they knocked the security guard over. In the end, everyone ran down to the basement to save the locked professor. Then the professor poured the magic water bottle into the sewer. The villa's premises were immediately flooded with a lot of foam. While the bodyguards are attracted to the bubble, other friends are breaking the surveillance screen. Richie and the housekeeper immediately went upstairs. But now the billionaire and his wife have been tied by the uncle. Friends who were hiding outside the campus were also arrested. Everyone was locked up in cages. The professor quickly used the remote control bee. After stinging the guard's butt, while staggered, he stabbed his whole body into the opening and closing switch. Richie and his friends finally got out safely. He grabbed his weapon and quickly ran to save his parents. Right now they're in the vault. Inside the vault is full of souvenirs of the billionaire society. No money and no gold. The uncle was so angry that he wanted to take action. Fortunately, at this moment, Richie appeared. After escaping from the vault, the whole family hid in the grave of the sculpture. His subordinates wanted to shoot them after seeing them being knocked unconscious by a housekeeper. Then the butler took a gun and fired one shot. The uncle fell upside down, hanging in front of the billionaire's family. Richie's family took this opportunity to give him a few punches. In the end, his uncle and his subordinates both became gardeners. And Richie has also found true friends. They have fun playing baseball together.